Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 2 of NWA Extra Innings. We're going to go through recaps of the games, what opening day was like, etc. So, cue the intro. Welcome to NWA Extra Innings, episode 2. We're going to go over a recap of the 3 games on opening day that you guys just watched. If you haven't already, it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The uploads came out, so go check those out. They're all 3 good games, but I'll be recapping the first game, RGCV and Oreos. What a game indeed to start off the season. It was a great match between Michael and Zach, a pitcher's duel. Zach, I think, only allowed 1 hit the whole game, but it was a costly one, a home run by Michael. It was a good game. Michael won the Alien Player of the Game, and it was the first time in NWA history that every batter struck out for the Oreos. So what do you guys think about that? Or the RGCV. Michael struck out every RGCV batter, was 1 strikeout away from an immaculate game. What's your guys take on that?
I didn't know it was the first one with all strikeouts.
Yeah.
Just dealing.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael just surprising me. I mean, I knew he was going to be good, but just coming out of the gates that good, it can only get worse.
And then the second game of opening day was Beach Boys and Baja Blast. We'll go over to Rico Suave with that take on that game.
Yeah, so that was a great pitcher's duel between John Strowski and Paul Noel. They both dealed amazingly. I could be wrong, but I think Paul possibly threw a no-hitter. And John only let up 1 run at the bottom of the third, walk off to Josh Noel, who was a big acquisition for the Beach Boys. So it's going to be awesome seeing both of those teams keep going at it during the regular season, but I was definitely impressed by both of their pitching for sure.
Yeah, their pitching, it was an absolute pitcher's duel. Only 1 hit allowed the whole game, and that was on the walk-off home run. I was expecting it to go into extras. It just seemed like one of those games, but both pitchers kept their composure for the most part.
All right, so now we're going to take it to the third game of the day. We have the committee and the RCIAs. The rivalry, the biggest rivalry in sports, folks. And of course, like every committee in RGCV's game, this one went into extra innings. 0-0, there was like no hits, nothing going on, but some collision. We had a couple of fun plays along the way, so it was an entertaining game. But in the end, the committee capitalized with the new California rule? California rule? Okay, so the bases were juiced, 1 out, and they got a couple runs across. RGCV also got a run, but with the bases loaded and 2 outs, they could not get it done. So the committee picks up their first win of the year. It was a classic game between the two, and I hope we see these 2 teams in the playoffs again this year.
Yeah, hopefully. It's always a good matchup when you see those 2 teams playing. But let's go into the next segment, folks. All right, for this next segment, folks, we're going to be doing the winners and losers from opening day. We'll be going over that. We'll go to Rico Suave, giving his first winner of the week.
Yeah, so I think the big first winner for the week, in my opinion, was the Beach Boys. Coming out, not sure how they would do. Having a brand new team, brand new players that never played with each other before. They came out, showed each other and everyone else so they could go 3-0 against really good pitching, and they could deal themselves. So I definitely know. I mean, I know you guys are saying, Reese Swab, you have a really close tie to someone on that team, and I might be biased, but if you look at the stats, 3-0 is not bad at all against some of these prime pitchers and hitters in this league. So I would say definitely that's a big up and big winner for this first week.
Yeah, going 3-0 in this wiffle ball league is very, very tough with all the good pitching now. So we'll go over to Bruno, giving his second winner of the week.
Speaking of 3-0, another team went 3-0. Your committee, yours truly. So this team, they have a couple new players, Mikey Hannig and Wyatt Linneman. Both of them played phenomenally. The team was all together through the entire day, played really well. They're classic machine-like play, they just get hits. The committee went 3-0, they were phenomenal. Specifically, Wyatt Linneman, who got baptized by fire against the RGCV in his first career game, came out strong the next game against the Baja Blast. Knocked home a couple of runs and got a few hits. Had a great on-base percentage, I believe, leads the team in that. So I'd say the committee, they're big-time winners for this week, and played well. Hopefully it continues throughout the season.
Exactly. And then my third win of the week is Michael Dobbs. Now, we saw him pitch very well at spring training. I wasn't sure if it'd transfer over to the regular season, but almost throwing a perfect game, the first ever, and the first game of the year is not a bad way to start off. Had 8 strikeouts, and then sadly had to play the best hitter in the league, and a lot of home runs got behind him in the count. But finished with a win against the regular season winners last year, so that's very good there. And then we'll go to the losers. I'll take this one. This one's going to be RGC/Caryharri Predictions. So Caryharri predicted them to finish first place, which is still possible. I still think they will finish in first place by the end of the regular season. But they had a little bit of a rocky start, but they did have to play 3 very, very good teams to start the year, with also the rain, which is not very nice when you're playing wiffle ball. So I still think they'll bounce back personally. I don't think this is going to define them, but they had a couple of young players, so I think they just need to get their foot wet in the league, and I think they'll be back. So the second one, I think we can all agree on this one, is you guys didn't see it on any of the videos, but right after that video, it started downpouring, and everyone had to play the next 2 games in rain, which if you play wiffle ball, you know is very hard to do, hitting, pitching, everything. So what did you guys take on that?
Well, on Pepsi Park, it was basically a lake.
Yeah,
after
within
about
5
10
minutes.
So, yeah, the pitcher's mound, I debated going fishing there. I mean, it was a mess. But before that, I mean, the setup was beautiful. But I mean, after a downpour of 30 minutes, I mean, it was a swimming pool.
Yeah. I mean, the Meadows field, which is also the other field that was being played on at the time, it was just. I don't know. I don't think you know mosquitoes when they come out in summer, but it's basically like swarms of mosquitoes right in front of your face while you're trying to hit a nasty curve. So it was not pretty at all. But I mean, I'm sure all you know how terrible it is to play at night.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we'll go to the next segment. All right, for the next segment, we are going to go over to way too early awards, who we think will probably end up winning them. But again, it's way too early. We'll find out. There's still like 9 more regular season weeks to play. But first, we're going to go with the 3 Silver Sluggers. Last year we had 3 Silver Slugger awards, so we'll do the same thing this year. And my picks are Zach Cleaver for number 1. He had 3 home runs in the first week, and then he averages a home run a game, so that's a pretty good start to the season. Number 2, Zach Gunn. No shock there. He had like 27 home runs last year. He's going to have another great year. And then number 3, Paul Noel, another MVP candidate. He had a great week overall and about everything. So those are my 3 Silver Sluggers. We'll go over to Bruno with his prediction on Cy Young Award.
Alright, so my pick for the Cy Young Award has to be Paul Noel. He was dealing in Game of the Week against the Baja Blast through a no-hitter, and in the rest of the games, I don't know how many runs he gave up. I think he only gave 1 total. Yeah, so I mean, he was throwing frozen bullets out there. He was insane. He was throwing strikes left and right, pounds of strike zone, throws so hard, you can't even see the ball until it's past you. So I'd say he's a good front runner for the Cy Young right now, and hopefully he can keep it up.
For sure. And then we'll go over to Rico Suave, who will give us some Rookie of the Year prediction and the most improved player.
Yeah, so start with the Rookie of the Year. I think that goes to Josh Noel, as he had that, as you guys saw, that clutch walk-off home run for the Beach Boys throughout the Bajas. And you guys didn't see it on camera, but he also dealt against the Oreos, which was huge for the Beach Boys. So that's why I picked him as the Rookie for the Year. And then for the most improved player, I had to be Michael Dobbs. I don't know if you guys didn't know if you saw much of him last year. He still dealt really well, still hit. But as you saw in the spring training and also in the first game of the year, he threw a perfect game almost, basically. And to come out and do that in this league is really amazing. And also, he had a 2-run shot. So I think Michael for sure is just he's throwing rockets, and he's also hitting bombs. So those are 2 things that you have to be a good player.
So he's definitely stepped up as a captain this year. He seems like he's a whole different animal than last year. He's kind of a role player last year. This year he's basically carrying the Oreos, and he's also a top tier candidate for Cy Young Award. All right, then finally we have the MVP award. I'm guessing it's gonna have to be Paul. I mean, he's basically beating out everyone in every category. He's dealing on the mound. He's hitting well. So right now, that's probably my pick for MVP. He's basically last year's version of Zach Gunn, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So he's had a great year thus far. We'll see if he can carry that over. So that'll take us to the preview of next week's Game of the Week. All right, so the Week 2 preview coming up here. You've got the Week 2 Game of the Week between the Oreos and the Committee. It should be a really good matchup. Michael versus Patrick. Last time they faced last week, it was raining, so we couldn't really get a glimpse of certain pitchers' pitches and stuff like that. But I think it'll be a very good pitchers duel, maybe extra innings, who knows, but I think it's going to be a very fun matchup against 2 teams who are very celebratory, I guess you could say. What's your guys' take on this?
That'd be a light way to put it. I think both of these teams love the game, like to celebrate the game, so it'll be fun. Hopefully a little bit of trash talking, maybe a fight or two. So I like where this one's headed. So first ever Game of the Week meeting between these two teams. So if I'd have a prediction for this one, I say we'll see some crushed Oreos.
All right. Rico?
Yeah, I think when you put salt on more salt, it just equals lots of salt. So I think we're gonna see salt in this game, with bat flips or just people getting angry and throwing bats. I don't know, but I would like to see a close game. I don't have a prediction in the sense of a score, but I don't know. I would like to see Michael and Pat deal. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a rainy day. Hopefully that'll be a pitcher's duel. I think that'll be a fun game, but I think it's going to be a very good game. I don't really know if I have a prediction yet. You're going to have to go back and watch the videos. Make a prediction for yourself. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. I'd like to see what you guys think for this game, but yeah, I think it's going to be a very good game. And that'll take us to our final segment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a little fun segment to end the show today. We are going to be doing, if every team was represented by a food. We'll go over to Bruno Fish with his very interesting first take with the Beach Boys.
Alright, so my first interesting take for a team that will be represented by food, we go with the Beach Boys, and they're going to be represented by a crawfish boil. Because you're going to take all kinds of personalities and playing styles and throw them all into a pot, bring them to a boil, and hope you get a championship. Because let me tell you, this is a hilarious team. You have, many different players that can represent a crawfish. You have David, Paul, that could easily be a crawfish.
How do you represent a crawfish?
You have Corn, that could be Ethan Jones, he could be Corn. Let's see, you have Peppers, a little spice, maybe Josh in there. Then we also have Potatoes, that's Ethan Gunn, meat and potato top player. Then we'll throw a little bit of chicken in there, that's the last Ethan Hunting. And that's your Beach Boys, crawfish boil.
Alright, I got the committee. I have a couple foods, I think. But first, we'll do spicy wings because I think this is kind of a you love them or you hate them type situation. You either love spicy wings or you hate spicy wings. And that's kind of like the same thing as what I was going to say earlier. Like my other one was sushi because you either love sushi or you hate sushi. So I feel like a committee, that's a good food to represent. And then the Baja Blast, I'm going to go with pizza because everyone loves pizza. Everyone loves the Baja Blast. They're a fun team. Yeah. Also, we're not doing any of the names that have a food or drink related, so we're not going to do Oreos with Oreos. But speaking of Oreos, Rico Suave will do his hot take on that.
Yeah, so mine is going to be some salty caramel. And what's perfect about this is with the Oreos, I don't know if you saw, but Michael demonstrated the perfect amount of salt in that bat flip that he showed in his first game. And that's where the salt comes from. They love the bat flip. They love to be loud, and you love to see it. But they also have some sweet players such as John Dobbs, Aiden Benedict, Thomas, Brendan, who just go along nicely with some of that salty that James and Michael bring, which is just a perfect combination for a fun time. So yeah, that's my hot take.
Love to hear that. And then we're going to call into RGCB team captain and put him on the spot and see what he says. Answer. Oh, what a turd.
Call Olivia.
All right, we're calling Olivia Ballman now because Zach didn't answer.
Hello?
Olivia, speak up because you're on NWA Extra Innings with Rico Suave, Bruno Fish, and Caryharri. And we have a question for you. All right, so we're gonna put you on this. We're gonna put you on the spot here. If the RGCV was a food, what food would they be?
A cake?
Why a cake? Give us your explanation of why a cake.
Because our name is the Rallygrass Cake Viper.
Oh, that's too easy. Let's pick a different one.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Give us one. What if you had to eat a food RGCV style? What would it be?
I have zero clue.
Wow, what a lame take by Olivia Ballman, folks. See ya. Alright, that will conclude our show. Thank you guys very much for watching. The Game of the Week, Week 2, will be out on Monday, or it should be out on Tuesday, recorded on Monday. We might even be able to get an Instagram Live out because we have better connection at where we're playing. Next week, we'll be playing at Grandpa Cleaver Memorial Stadium, one of the fan favorites. We play there in the spring training, the first spring training video, so if you want to go back and watch that, you can. So thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, guys.